Transitioning from arbitrage to wholesale is so much easier than you guys probably think. And in this video, I'm going to show you if you are a arbitrage seller, whether you're doing online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, I'm going to show you a method that you can use to add wholesale to your business in less than 7 days. So this method is actually extremely simple and it's only going to take me a couple of minutes to explain it. And I promise you, if you implement this method, you will have wholesale opportunities in less than 7 days. So if you're new to my channel, guys, my name is Ganim. I've sold over $11.5 million worth of brand name products on Amazon in the last 5 years using the wholesale business model. And on my channel, I teach other Amazon sellers how to start, scale, and manage a profitable Amazon wholesale business. So if you're an Amazon seller and you want to learn how to add wholesale to your business, or if you're an existing wholesale seller and you want to learn how to get better at your business, then subscribe to my channel below because I come out with videos like this every single Sunday and a new podcast episode of the Amazon Wholesale Podcast every Wednesday. So let's get right into the method. Now, quick before I explain what the method is and what I call it, just know that if you are an arbitrage seller, again, whether you're doing online arbitrage, whether you're doing retail arbitrage, you are in a perfect position to add wholesale to your business. Now, the reason for that is because you already have a portfolio of brands that you're carrying in your arbitrage business, that you're selling successfully, that you're making profit on. So it doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel. We just want to find those same products that you're already selling. We just want to find them from a wholesale supplier. So this is where I formulated the 2 buckets method. All right, this is what I call it. It's the 2 buckets method. So again, if you're an arbitrage seller, you're going to look at all of the brands that you currently carry and you're going to separate them into 2 buckets, right? Now, that can be as simple as just making 2 different lists and putting each brand that you carry into one column or the other. Now, the 2 buckets in this example are going to be bucket 1 is going to be your big brands, right? The big brands that you're already reselling. So think about when I say big brands, things like Head and Shoulders or Aussie or Old Spice, right? Some of these big brand names from these massive manufacturers. Now, bucket 2 is going to be your smaller to maybe mid-size, more niche brands. So brands where you would have to Google their name, where the everyday person would have to Google their name to figure out what they are, right? So again, bucket 1, you've got your really big brands. Bucket 2, you've got your smaller to mid-size brands. So the way that you can add wholesale to your business in the next 7 days is you're going to take all of the big brands, right? Your brands in bucket 1, and you're going to reach out to the manufacturer. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. You can either cold call the manufacturer, you can send an email to the manufacturer, or the most effective method by far is going to be to find someone on LinkedIn that works for the manufacturer, usually a sales representative, and reach out to them. Now, when you're reaching out to these big brands, what we're not doing is asking them for a wholesale account, right? And the reason that we're not going to ask, for example, like Procter & Gamble or Unilever or Nestle, the reason we're not going to ask those companies for a wholesale account is the chances of us getting a direct wholesale account with these huge multi-billion-dollar international brands is very slim. So what we do instead is we reach out to these brands and we ask them to put us in touch with an authorized distributor in our area, right? So let's take Nestle for an example. We're going to find a contact phone number or an email address, or ideally a sales representative for Nestle on LinkedIn. We're going to send them a message and we're going to say, hey, my name's Corey. I own a retail business. I live down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Would you be willing to put me in touch with an authorized distributor here in my area? We're looking to purchase some Nestle products for resale within our retail business. Okay, so now that sales rep on the other end of that call, or on the other end of that email or that LinkedIn message is going to see that. And in my experience, 30 to 50% of the time, they are going to give you the name and sometimes the contact information of a distributor in your area. And then what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to that distributor, and more than likely, guys, that distributor is going to carry that brand that you originally inquired about. But also that distributor is going to carry other big name brands that are selling well on Amazon. So if you can land an account with that distributor, you can source the brand that you reached out to initially and other profitable brands. And the reason this method works so well is when you reference the fact that, hey, so-and-so sales rep at Nestle sent me your information. They told me to reach out. I'm located here in Charlotte. I understand you guys distribute to this area. I'm looking to purchase Nestle products. Could I get a copy of your new customer application? when you take that approach, when you essentially got a warm introduction from the person at Nestle, the chances of that distributor responding to your email or responding to your call or just generally taking you seriously is way higher. So that's why this method works so well. Now, you've got bucket 2, right? You've got all of your brands in bucket 2. These are your smaller to mid-size, maybe more niche brands. So for these brands, you're gonna wanna go directly to the manufacturer, right? Now, best case, you're gonna wanna find either the owner or somebody high up in the company on LinkedIn, and you're gonna send them a connection request with a note attached, or you can send an email to the company, or you can call the company, and this is kind of what you're gonna say. You're basically gonna say, hey, my name's Corey, I own a retail business, I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and now you're gonna wanna be specific. So you're gonna have 1 or 2 products that you've researched beforehand and the quantities that you wanna buy. So you're gonna say, hey, I love your XYZ product. In fact, I'm looking to purchase about 150 units of that product. Could you put me in touch with someone in your company in sales, right? So that's all you're gonna say. And again, your hit rate here, or your success rate, is gonna be anywhere in the probably 30 to 50% range. When you go with a specific request, you know exactly what you wanna buy, and you ask to speak to somebody in sales. So guys, take all of the brands that you're carrying in your arbitrage business, separate them into bucket 1, big brands, and bucket 2, smaller to medium-sized brands, and take the approach that I just recommended, and you will have profitable wholesale opportunities in less than 7 days. So guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this, and let me know if this method worked.